you really need to break down the job role. What is it that you're looking at? Jerry kept saying, soft skills is imperative. Technology can be bought and things like that. And while I agree with Jerry, okay, but there are certain skills, which only certain people possess. And how do you identify those skills, or how do you know that the guy with this skill will fit the job right? So I think it's imperative that you kind of break down the job role, where you talk about what are the technical skills, what is the core competency that is required for the role, and does this gentleman or this lady, have it? I think if you do that, you kind of already, taken the first step towards the right hiring. I think the second important thing is to use technology. While again, Jerry, I'm sorry, but personally, I feel, technology is at the core for a lot of roles today, and largely for the IT, piece, because that's where your massive hiring, happens. That's not been true for 2024, and I hope, things turn out in 2025. But having said that, I think, tools like HackerRank, Cogby, these are fantastic tools that are there in this in the space right now, which have they have code challenges. They have they have preset questions given to these tech teams. And why just tech? I mean, today you have psychometric tests, you have behavioral tests to kind of really judge, does this person fit in? Like, I know at my workplace, when we are hiring certain leadership roles, we give them situations. We throw a situation and we tell them, okay, if this is a situation, how would you react? And then we kind of tell them, okay, now your time's cut to half and you still have to deliver the same thing. And now what are you going to do about it? So I think it's very imperative that, we kind of use technology, we use assessments to identify, narrow down the right pool for, the right kind of role. Along with using assessments, using technology, I think what's also important is that you train the hiring managers. Somewhere, Ben, you spoke about this and Jerry spoke about this. We're all working towards finding the right candidate, but do we have the right interviewer? Is our HR, and I feel our HR is fantastic. Our HR is equipped to handle, technical interviews, behavioral interviews, and stuff like that. But are the hiring managers also, equipped? Because your role does not get, closed basis what the HR alone has to say. There are hiring managers involved. So while we are using, a lot of technology to negate bias, to mitigate bias, to focus on, core skills and things like that, who is training our hiring managers? I mean, is there even, a separate session or a skill-based, interview training program for these people? And I was just, opportunity came up for me to speak, and I was kind of just doing some research of my own. I stumbled upon this, quick thing at Amazon. I'm amazed that Amazon has something called as bar raisers. So they basically, these are people who kind of sit along with, the hiring manager and the HR, and they are assessing the candidate from a non-biased angle, or, they are trying to tell them that this candidate will fit, this role because of A, B, C, D. And from the last count that I remember that Amazon had in 2019, they had about 3,600 bar raisers. And I'm talking 5 years ago, so I'm sure today there must be a lot more. So I think organizations really need to raise the bar raisers for even hiring managers, not just candidates alone. That's my take on, what organizations need to do.